speaker. Oh, by the way, let me back up. Yeah! Did everybody have a good idea why you're here? I see a bunch of guns saying a lot. Okay.
Funny?
Thank you. The principles that our founding fathers laid out for this country, we feel it is our responsibility to make sure we get back to the founding principles, and that's why we're here. Specifically, we want to make sure the guys back here on the Gold Dome were given a heads-up notice that in 2012 that we expect some legislation to be passed for constitutional carry in the state of Georgia. I'll say that there have been some efforts made by Georgia Carry, at least. I think Georgia Gun Owners was doing it as well, competing organizations, but I think that with this common cause we have, we need to pool our resources to make sure that we get these guys to do it. I tell you, the thing that really gripes me the most is we have to sit here and say we got to get our local legislature to pass a law to make sure that we can, exercise our constitutional right to keep and bear arms. There's something wrong with that picture, and that's why we're here to do this. We're here to make sure they know in advance that our expectations at our 2012 session is to pass a constitutional carry law. They've made some pretty good strides, I have to admit, with SB 308 and HB 39, I think it is. They've made some pretty good strides here this last year, I think it was last year. But we still have a ways to go. Now, I'll say that we have a couple more speakers. You're going to hear from me again, whether you want to or not. But we had have a Stockbridge City Council member, Mark Alercon, agreed to come and speak with us, and I figured it'd be good to have some people from a political persuasion to come in here and share their perspective, what their goals and what their desires are when it comes to adherence to the Constitution. Mark, you want this?
No, I think I'm okay. I'm able to elevate.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Alercon.
Listen, everybody, I just want to, mimic a little bit of what was said, but this is a remnant of what we have to get back to. I mean, we talked about the restoration of the Constitution, how it was established, and let's take it back a little bit further. You go back to the Bible and it is Philistines. God didn't need 5,000. He kept weeding them out until he got to the 300. And he was able to do what he needed to do with the 300. And that's what he needs here. Those that don't just, lap up the water and they're looking around. They're being prepared mentally, physically, spiritually, politically. They're getting inspired and prepared to fight battles because you don't realize that that's what we're doing here today. I've only been in politics, I hate that word, but I've only been elected for 2 years. And the first interview I had, the guy called me a politician, and I snapped on him really quick. I said, please don't call me that. I said, I'm a public servant. And if these people, okay, state, county, every level, if these people would get back to understanding that we are public servants, not, a person put in position to take advantage of the subordinates. That's the kind of feel that I get from a lot of the people I'm dealing with, even at the county and state level, federal level. They are ascended to some position, and they, like we've talked about, have taken their eyes off the true blessing that God gave us and allowed us to have this country. This Constitution is nothing more than, in my opinion, a mirror image in so many ways of what God gave us in the Ten Commandments and in just do unto others, and heck, in Corinthians 13:13, faith, grace, what's the most important? Love. You have love for your other person standing to your left and to your right. What are you going to do? You're not going to steal from them. You're not going to cheat them. You're going to go that extra mile to help them. That's what this country was built on, and we've been completely loaded down. I mean, these things are heavy, but I mean, they keep putting more and more on the rough side. We're walking. And used to be we could run and like a deer and fly like eagles and be entrepreneurs. I'm a small business owner. We're being limited. We're being limited as to what we can do and the hoops we got to jump through. We can't employ people because of that burden, not just the tax burden, but all just it costs me tons of money just to do the paperwork to hire somebody. So John has been instrumental. He and I are friends, but he asked me to kind of speak to you from the perspective of the political arena because I am elected, and I'm disappointed Okay? Yeah, this is a crappy day. Okay? Friday afternoon, everybody wants to go home after being all boo-hoo. Okay? I'm called in for special session. Okay? But yet I'm a public servant, but now I'm being encumbered upon because I got to come in and deal with, you know, the needs of the state. They have to leave early. I'm telling you, I called at least 7 or 8 reps myself. Sorry, Mark, it's a damn shame.
We're just stopping by.
Could you do it on a Tuesday at 3 or something before, you know, we have to go home? You know, we need to have, every one of us need to hold our elected officials accountable. I'm tired of hearing that on the radio and on TV. But the bottom line is, when you say, hey, do you believe in the Second Amendment, when you give the campaign season is upon us, locally and some different other races, don't let them off with that. Sure, I believe in the right, you know, Second Amendment. Ask them why. Do you have a license to carry? What kind of weapons do you own? When's the last time you and your family went out and shot your guns so you can be proficient in protecting you and your family and your surrounding friends and I bet you they'd be like a deer in the headlights. They wouldn't know how to respond to a weapon like that. So all I'm telling you is I was disappointed because I got a bunch of excuses, and some of these guys are my friends. I'm not going to try to beat them up too much, and they're going to name their name, but they made excuses as to why they couldn't stand here with us today. And the county folks, even my own city folks, were just a little too busy. We got to stop giving them a pass. Make the phone calls, make the emails. Don't sit back and go, oh, well, he's a great guy. You know, he helps me in this arena. But they really are, you know what, take my picture. I don't care. Last time I was out here in a full pack, you know, AR ready to roll. I don't care. I believe in Jesus Christ, the United States of America, and this republic, because we are going to have to fight for it. It is not going to...
Here.
Enough said. I just wanted to let y'all know you've got to be just absolutely dedicated to holding your public officials accountable. You know what? And I don't care. And I mean, this may offend some of you people here or not, but I mean, I don't care if it's Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, bullcrap. Find out who's dealing with the principles that you believe in and are really going to stand up and be proud to stand up in front of you in a public forum and defend really what this Constitution is all about.
We don't know yet.
Thanks,
Here. Good one.
Alercon, good friend of mine. Glad he's able to come here. He's a busy guy, let me tell you. I know he's missed every kid coming out. We actually have our next speaker has come quite a distance. I'm going to leave out where, just to be on the safe side. Anyway, he actually was at our first rally, right? That we held across Potomac from Washington, D.C. We've been at this for a while. Our first rally was April 19, 2010, I think it was. And you know, we had to spot up actually across the river, Potomac River from D.C. because they wouldn't let us in D.C. with our guns. So we had to spot up over Virginia past the reach.
Stepping to the edge.
And by the way, I was going to save this for later, but somebody's like, you know, we were talking about future goals and all kind of stuff. I don't know when I'm going to do this yet, but I've had this inspiration to do this very thing in Washington, D.C. Armed. Hoorah! Okay? Now, got to be a lot of groundwork laid before we do that, okay? So hang in there with me, but that is my ultimate goal, to be able to walk into D.C. carrying weapons and then, you know, actually exercise our constitutional rights, and we'll see what happens. So, maybe. I'll have my old gun, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, our next speaker, like I said, he's come from a long way, and you know, he's been at our first rally and stuff, and Andrew Green's is his name. I appreciate him coming at us. I'm going to share a few words with you. Hell yeah! Anyway,